Hi everyone, I'm Laura Burns and I'm a demonstrator in the Barossa Valley in South Australia, and today I'm going to be showing you the coming home set that I'm using today. So it comes with the stamp set and the dies, and I just want to make sure that I'm up the right way. Yep, I think I am. And so with this set, it is one of my favorites, but the main reason I love it is because it is part of our Making a Difference program, which when you purchase this stamp set, $4.25 in Australian dollars goes towards charities that are devoted to adoption, foster care and infertility. The reason I like it is the last one actually has affected me personally, and so I thought, what better stamp set to share with you today. So I'll get these out the road because we'll be using those as we go along. And then the other thing that I'm going to show you is the papers that I'm using. These papers are just stunning. So these are the ones that have most of the pictures of all the houses and stuff, and some of them are really great because, like this one here, you can use the dies to cut out the houses and the trees, and you can also use the little dies to cut out the wreaths. And then if you flip it over, excuse me doing this, there are lots of nice bold Christmassy colours, and one of the best ones is this one here, which has heaps of different words, and we've got it in a few different languages, which is where Stampin' Up is available in the countries. And so I've gone through and picked out some of the English terms today to be using. So what I'll do is I'll get that out your road and we shall start our first card. Okay, so this is our first little card that I'm showing you today, and that one is such a little cute. I love the little house, and I'm going to show you how I've done that today. So the first thing is I've done the circle. I used the layering framelits to cut the circles out, and I've done that using the our new big, was our Big Shot, but we've now got a new machine, which is the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and I've used that also to cut out all of our little houses that I'll be doing today. And then the best one that it does is this tiny little wreath, which I'll just show you there. And so that's the actual die there, and I've just used, sometimes with the little ones you just need to use a tiny little bit of washi tape to hold it in place, and so then we can pop that out and it's all ready to go. And I'll pop that aside. So I have stamped all of my images in the Memento ink, and then as I said, and then I've coloured them in. And so to colour them in, I've coloured in most of it, but I just wanted to show you, I've got to get that out of the way. I just wanted to show you how quick and easy it is to colour in with our blends. I want to use, and there's two different tips on the blend. So you've got our bullet tip. Let me make sure I'm in the right spot. And then we've also got our brush tip. So I'll put that one back on. And they all come with two colours, so they all come in a combo with a light and dark. And so the red that I'm using today is the Poppy Parade, and I'm using the dark one. So as you can see, I've coloured in most of it. I've used the crumb cake up the top, and I've used the I've just had a mental blank, Midnight Muse. Hang on, let me see what it's called. Oh, I've just had a total mental blank. Bear with me. It is Misty Moonlight. So, and I've used the Misty Moonlight for the door, and so basically you just colour in really quickly, and the best thing about it is that it blends and you don't get lines, and you can use both colours and do a light and dark, but I decided to keep it really simple for today, so we might show you that at another time. And so that just finished that off, and I'll put the lid straight back on. And so then I've also coloured the little house in the same colours, and I'm going to pop that on the front of the big house to make it look like it's got an extra layer. Like so. Am I doing it in the right spot? I'm hoping that I am. I'm going to just make sure that I am actually live, yep. And then I've also the little wreath that I've cut out. I've used one of our Stampin' Dimensionals, and I've popped that on the back all ready to go. So these are our foam dimensional tape dimensionals, and you just need to peel the little back off, and they're adhesive on both sides. And then we're just going to pop our little wreath the other way around, because the bow goes at the top, onto our little house. And so then that's all ready to go. And so then I'm going to just use our multi-purpose glue, because we all love this stuff and it's super quick and easy. And you don't need a lot. You can just basically squelch it around. That one came out a bit quick. And the best part about this one is that it has a little bit of wiggle room for you. So when you put it down, you've got time to just move it a little if you need to. Just like that. I just noticed that I had a glob on one side. I'm just going to remove that quickly. And not squish it down again. There we go. So I'm going to pop that to the side for a moment. I'm going to show you the card base. So all of our card bases are just half of an A4 sheet that we've cut in half, and then we just fold it in half like so, and then score along. So that just gives you a nice, I'm using my bone folder, and that just gives you a nice crisp line along the edge of your card. So then I've got a white piece of paper that's cut just slightly smaller than the red, and on there I've already popped on a couple of the designer series papers which I've cut up already, and you'll notice on my first one that I've done it slightly different, but I wanted to show you this awesome punch. It's got so much versatility. So it's our banners punch, and it's got the two different ends, so you can do different sizes. So there's 3 different sizes of the 2 different ends. So I've already punched out the ones with the little arrows going in, and then I've just done half of the one of the arrow coming out. So you need to unlock our punches, and then we pop our piece of paper in, and you can see that it runs perfectly along that little ridge. I'm just going to flip it over and make sure I've got it in the right spot on that end, which I've got it all the way to the end, and I'm just going to punch it. And then we're going to move that out our road. Oops, can't pick up my rubbish. And so then again I'm just going to use the multi-purpose glue. Oops, let's bring this over first. Going to pop that all the way down the back. I changed to my other one that I've lost the label on. Sorry, there's a garbage truck going past my house, if you can hear that noise. And then I find it easier, I always use the grid paper, and I also find it a bit easier that if you're trying to put something long on, to turn it side on. And then I'm just going to put it right in the middle of the two, and you can see that I went a little bit low, so I've maneuvered it up a little bit, and then I just push it into place like that. And then we like to have a little bit of height, and so now I'm going to pop our dimensionals around our circle. I'm hoping this is all still going well. And then I always put one in the middle, because you don't want it to sink in the middle if you're doing something, even if it's a rectangle or if it's round. I've probably done overkill there, but I figure better to be safe than sorry. I'm just taking off these little, and if you just shove your nail into the centre of it, support it from the other side of course, it actually lifts up those little bits of paper. I've done that one. Like that. And then we just want it slightly to the top and centered. And I've just seen a little bit on the edge that I want to get rid of. Push that off. And again, I'm going to make sure I line it up nice and straight. And then go. Okay, and then the last thing we need to do with this is to glue it on the main piece. So I always usually go around the edge and then I do a wiggle through the middle just to get a bit of good coverage. And I always put the lid on and I stick it in a little container, which I'll show you, that keeps them upside down. It's not overly technical, but it does a good job. And so then I'm now going to just pop this straight onto our card front. And I just want a little red border all the way around. And that's our first card made. Okay, so you can see if I put them side by side, they're almost exactly the same. I decided to change up the little middle bit. You know, it's always good to try something a bit different. I still went with the red because I wanted a bit of the similar tones, but I thought it would look cute with the spots as well. Alright, so I'm going to move on to my next card now. Move that out the road. Hope I'm not going across in front. And I've had them all prepped, ready to go. Okay, so this is our next little card that we're going to make. And so it's nice. I love how simple this card is and just a couple of Christmas trees. I thought I couldn't go past it. So for this one, I've used our rectangle stitch framelit dies. Again, they run through the Big Shot or the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And this is the first one that I've used the paper with all the little words on it. And so I just thought I'd get out and show you some of our little options. So I use a guillotine, and so I actually went through and cut them so that they were already nice and straight in the lines, and then I just used my scissors to snip them off in the other spots. And then again, I've got the same size card front. This time I've done it in the Whisper White. I've got some of the gorgeous balmy blue glitter paper. I love our glitter paper. It's the best because no glitter comes off, which is exactly what you want with glitter. And then I've also used some old olive. And so for the little trees, again, I stamped them in the Memento Tuxedo Black ink, and then I've coloured them in with our blends using the old olive and the crumb cake. All right, so let's pop this one together. Getting out the trusty glue again. So I'm going to start with the designer series paper. And I thought, like, if you didn't even want this to be Christmassy, you could totally use this paper to do a mail card and just change up the little Christmas trees. And I'm just lining it up right to the edge of the card, like so. Super easy. And the other thing that's really great with this glue is that it does adhere really well to our glitter paper. I'm just making sure that I am still in the front there. Oops, there's my little happy holidays for this one. So let's start bottom layer first. So I'm going to pop the glue on the back of the glitter paper first. So I used two different these are layering, so I used 2 different sizes, but I wanted to have a little bit less of a gap. If you come in and have a look, you can see that there was like a really quite a decent sort of size gap between the white and the green, and I thought it just needed something to make it in between those two, and that's where I decided to go with the glitter. Sometimes when I do the glitter, and I like to just use the bone folder to push it down so that it gets a good sort of coverage and it's nice and flat. Bone folders aren't just for doing down the line of your card. And so then I'm going to do the same with the white. I'm just going to pop that glue on again. You'll notice a theme. We use lots of this stuff. I was always a tape runner girl until this stuff came out, and then I saw so many people using it, and I'm like, that's the best idea ever, that you've got that little bit of time because you've got that wiggle room to get it in place, and it sticks so great. And then I like to turn it over and just rub the back because then it gets an even better distance. And so now we're going to pop our little tree on. And these ones I'm using for this is, so we've got, on the last card I used our big dimensionals, so they're our big ones, and they've released some mini ones which are so good because, as all demonstrator knows, and hopefully lots of customers, is we always chop around the edges. You can see here that I've already started on this one. So we don't waste any of the sheet, even though it's only cut in the middle, we use all of the sheet. And so we cut up all of the bits around the edges and use all of those as well. So we used to do that to get our little ones, but now they've already done it for us. And the other great thing that they've done with these dimensionals is brought them out in black. So that means that if you're using dark card and you don't want to see the white underneath, it's so good that you can use the black ones now and that they will not be seen. Oh, that's the wrong side. So again, I'm just peeling off those little dots. And it's always good to have a little bit of difference in height. And then I've got, now I'll use our happy holidays. And so for our happy holidays, I'm just gonna get some glue. There it is. That's why we put it in upside down, because it keeps it all where you need it. You got to pick it up without getting glue all over you. And then I'm going to cute, doesn't it? Okay, and then last but not least, we're going to do the dimensionals again. Oh, that one doesn't want to come off. Push it in the middle. There we go. And last one. And so now I just want to pretty much center that one on the card. And we're done. So that's 2. So these are super quick ones that you can replicate really easily You can change up the colours, you can change up the pictures, you can change up the words, and they're so nice and easy, which is what we want for Christmas cards when we've got to send out heaps. Okay, so that's our second card, and now we're going to go on to our third. Okay, so I thought, well, we've had lots of cards so far, so I thought I'd try something a little bit different for my third one. And so I've done a little money wallet or money pouch to give a gift at Christmas time, because not only do we give cards, we also give gift cards and we give money. And so this one comes with a little belly band. When you open it up, I will actually do it up, but you can really easily, that's why I have my $5 sitting here, slip in some money, or if you have a gift card, you can slip your gift card in. And then of course you do it up and you slip your belly band. Oops, got to get it in the right spot. Back on, like that. Okay, so that's what we're going to show you next. And so for these, I have a little template. It's just on like a scratch piece of paper, and I've just written on where I've done the score lines and the size that I've done it. So this one is 15.5 centimetres. I should do it this way because that's the way it goes, like that. So it's 15.5 centimetres wide and it's 18 centimetres long, and then I break it up into 6 centimetres, 7 centimetres and 5 centimetres. And the easiest way to do that is to measure the 6 centimetres and score it, and then measure the 5 and score it, and it's automatically the 7 in the middle. So I'm going to pop that to the side and I'll show you how I've done it. So this is it here, and I just want to make sure that you can see. So you can see here that I've got the score lines, and I've just done that with a bone folder and a ruler. You can also do it on our trimmer that has both the blade and the scorer, so it's nice and easy to get nice straight lines. And so then all we do is we just actually fold it. And this is when we bring that bone folder in, because you want those nice crisp lines again. And then we're going to do the same on this side. And we fold it like that. Now for the belly band, this is just the off-cut piece that was on the end of this one. So basically it's a full A4 sheet, and then I've cut it to the 18 centimetres, and then I've just cut that part off, and then I use that for the belly band. And the best way to get the right size for this is to start by having it almost right up to the top, and then you'll fold it over, and you just want to make sure there's a little bit of wiggle room in it. And so when we actually put this together, I will leave a little bit of a gap at this end here, which I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so then we want to make sure we've got it up the right way so that we put the paper on the right way. So I decided to use the little wreaths. I had a mental blank again then, for this one, and just some of the green paper. So I'm going to flip that over, and the wreaths are on the other side of the words. And we're going to once again just do that really simple glue. So that I can fit it up along that crease, and it should have the tiniest edge all the way around it. And then I'm going to do the same on this side with the green piece. Wipe off that little bit of glue that I just got there. And so And that's where that little bit of wiggle room that I've already mentioned is super handy, because you can just get it perfect if you're a perfectionist like me, which I am. And so then we get a bit of the tear and tape. So this is a really nice strong adhesive. We're going to just pop that there. Now you can just tear it with your finger, but I just love getting my little, I've got these little metal rulers, and if you put it up, they're also really great for washi tape, and you just tear it off nice and straight, and then it's ready to go again, instead of having bits that are missing. You don't have to get the scissors out, it's so easy. I'm just going to peel those two off, which is not as easy as it looks. I'm going to do that again on this side, and then we're just going to fold it up and close it. So then the next bit we need to look at is our little belly band. And I thought it looked a bit plain just being green, so of course I thought I've got to put a bit more red on to make it extra Christmassy. And so I just went the little wiggles, squiggles, or I don't know what they're meant to be, but they're cute. And so that just needs to go on the bit that's the middle, basically the middle panel. So you want to use this bit's going to close it together, and that's the bit that's going to go down the back. So you just want it to go in the middle, and that will be our front of our little belly band. And so then I just use a bit of the tear and tape. And so when I'm doing the tear and tape on this part, I put one on the bottom bit on this side. Again, I need my little ruler. Oops, I stuck it down. And then on the inside of this piece. I don't even know how I'm going for time. Got to be almost finished, surely. I'm lucky last, so I'm not keeping anyone waiting. Okay, so now that we've done that, I always find the best way to do these up is actually on the card, so that you make sure you leave enough room for it to be able to move. Sorry, I've got to try and get that off. So we want to fold that bit up, and then maneuver it so it's got just that little bit of room to, so it's got a tiny little bit of a bulge, so that once you've got a card or something in there, so you can see there that I've made it with a little bit of a bulge so that it actually has room to have something else in there. And then while it's on there, it's easier to tie the ribbon. So the ribbon I'm using today is the crinkled seam binding ribbon in the Whisper White. This stuff is so cool because you can actually change the colour of it, which I'll show you in a minute with the bit that I cut off. So I've just cut off enough to tie a bow at the top. It is a little bit slippy, so let's see how I go doing a bow live. Because of course it's the only time it won't work. I can't grab it. There it is. I'm just going to maneuver that a little bit because when I tie it, my best bow, but it's going to have to do. And look, I don't even have enough to trim much off. So, scissors. I'm just going to angle them because it looks much cuter. But I will show you really quickly how you can change the colour of this ribbon because it's awesome. And it basically means that you can just buy a white ribbon and change it to any of the coloured blends that you have available. So I'm just going to go this one. And so you just have to colour it in and let it dry. And you can do more than one colour. So let's go green. How cool was that? Isn't that the coolest idea? And I got on me because I held it. But I think that's really cool, and then you can use it for basically any colour card if you don't have the right colour ribbon to coordinate it and you've got the blends. You can also do it with the markers, but these are watercolour markers, so they will, if you wet it, it will come off. But so it shows you that you can just do it with any of them. You can also just put it straight onto the ink pads if you need to. So I'm going to pop that to the side, and then I'm going to move this dirty one out of the road because I don't like doing that. And then we're going to do our last little bit, which is our house. And so again, we're going to put one of our little dimensionals on our wreath. And of course it's been Stampin. I'm just covering up the top of the window. Top there. Good. Okay. Now the other thing I will quickly show you is if you want to make it look like the windows look at just white, you can use the pool party in the light, and you can just do a tiny little bit in the top corner, and it just makes it look like it's a window, like that, and it just steps it up to the next level as well. So then we're going to do that with, oops. So just want a couple of dimensionals right in the middle for this one. Oops, I've got an extra one. Oh, well, we'll use 3. We're going to just take those off. Oh, would you look at that? I put the belly band on upside down. Actually, I'm just going to turn that bow up to the other side. I knew I'd have to make at least one mistake. And then I'm going to just, so I've just done them in a line down the middle, and then I'm just going to center it on the card and stick it down. And that's it. And so then that will come off, and that's it. So that's another one there. So that's the third one. And then lucky last, I'm not going to show you how to make the next one because I've been on here long enough, but I do want to at least show you what else you can do with this. So I'm going to pop that one to the side, and then hopefully pick these up. My last one are some little gift cards, because you just can't go wrong with little gift cards, can you? You can give them as in like a little bundle with our little envelope. So these are little 3x3 envelopes which you can purchase, and then you can make the little gift cards. So I've just gone with Whisper White again today, and so I've made 3 cards out of 1 sheet. And so you can do a little bundle, and you could tie that up with ribbon and give it as a little mini gift, or you could do 6 or whatever. So these are the 3 that I've done today. So this is using the dies. Again, I've done the house, but I also used the little die here that has the little trees on the back, and then there's snowdrift of the hill as well. So that's that one, and I've just popped a little bit of the designer series paper on the back, and again I've used the little words, which this one is Have a Merry Little Christmas. So the main reason I did the words is because, like a silly person, I forgot to order a stamp set, one of the new stamp sets that had words in it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I'm making all these cards. And so this was my only option to use words. Like, I've got heaps that are retired, but to show all of you, I had to have some current ones. So I've just done that there. And then this one's just a really simple little circle that I've cut out with one of our circle punches, or you can also use the circle dies that I used for the first card. And then this is one of the little dies that comes in the set again, and just the words from the paper. Oops, let me bring that one back in. And then lucky last was the little car. I thought the car is super cute. And like, this is so cool because it doesn't even need to be Christmassy. And like the houses, you can also use them for a welcome home gift, like card, or a congratulations on your new home. There's so many options with this set. It doesn't just have to be Christmassy, even though that's what I've gone with today. But I wanted to also really quickly show you how I did the little hubcaps. And I've done that by using our rhinestones. You can also use, we've got other embellishments that you can colour in as well. But again, with using these blends, they are so nice and versatile that not only can you colour with them, you can also colour other stuff with them. So what I did was, I'll do one of the bigger ones so you can see. So they're just meant to be clear, glittery ones. And so I've literally just coloured it in and changed it to black. And so again, they just give you that versatility of being able to make something actually coordinate with your card that you're doing if you don't have the right embellishment that you want. Oh, that's the wrong end. And then you can also do red ones, so you could turn them into little holly like crystals, and it's just awesome to be able to change that colour. So how cute does that look? I'll show you up a bit closer so you can actually see. So isn't that cool that you can change the colour? I love it. Okay, so that's it for me today. I think I have kept you long enough, and you've been so patient with all of us doing this for the very first time. I'll bring in all my cards again so you can see them really quickly. I'll pop them all up there. And then we did the little one of those, and that one. And our lucky last is this one that I've done today. So joined in today and celebrated World Card Making Day with us. Obviously it's one of our loves, and of course for us to get to share it with you has been awesome. But I especially want to thank my fellow demonstrators, Fiona, Ellie, Tina and Delaney. They've all done an amazing job today, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks. Bye.